Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to a live stream with me, Edward from Games and Tea. And today, three wonderful players. Hey, I got it right this time. Three wonderful players are joining me for some shenanigans in my homebrew world of Malintar. How are you doing, gents?
Here. Hi. Drinking tea and enjoying.
Drinking tea, enjoying. Nice. We're gonna just dive straight into this. We are joined by Jeff from the Twitch channel Alhandrin. How you doing, Jeff? And do tell us a little bit about Luinil.
Hello. Well, Luinil is the resident druid. He's a fairy, and the fun part so far is that fairies do not exist in the world of Malintar. So she comes from weird places.
Definitely comes from very strange places, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing how that all works out. Above him is what's your name again? Marius.
Yeah.
I know your name.
Yay.
Marius playing Samuel, Sam IL. How are you doing, Marius? And tell us a little bit about Sam.
I'm doing fine, thank you. And Sam is a tiefling, and he kinda is a wannabe crime lord, let's call it like that. Unfortunately, he sucks at it, so he had to flee from his home, from home he was at, and now lives is in Archwall, just earning some coin and hopefully not getting stepped in the back.
Well, we'll have to say about that, because you were doing some very strange things last session. So
Just
beside him, we didn't start a bar fight, but we'll see how it happens. See what happens today. Beside him is Eric playing Progenitas. How are you doing, Eric? And tell us a little bit about Progenitas.
Fine, better than last week.
Hey.
Last week I had a game right before I started. So Progenitas is a monk. Just arrived in the city and is trying to, well, get a handle on it. See how this weird city works.
Indeed. Unfortunately, we are not going to be joined by Chad, who plays the role of Kyrus. We do wish him very well, but unfortunately, we are not joined by him. Also, we are unfortunately not joined by Izzy, who plays Eynem. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, we do wish him very, very well, but sadly he also cannot join us today either. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Last session, Sam and Kyrus had entered the Cloak and Dagger bar in order to pursue a, well, not very not very stealthy individual, and through some interrogation and what's the word? Persuasive means, managed to find out what on earth he was doing. By finding out, he also admitted that the contract which he had taken in order to do what he was doing was now invalidated. That led Kyrus to be beckoned over by the bar, and he disappeared somewhere. Where we don't really know. Kyrus knows, but unfortunately Sam does not. So at the moment when he decided to try and make a move, Kyrus had disappeared. While this was going on, Progenitas, having woken from his sojourn at the Altior Temple, had made his way in the guise of a dock worker to the warehouse district. Finding a secret entrance in one of the warehouses, he managed to make his way towards the College of Mages. College of Mages warehouse. His plan, presumably, was to search the warehouse and find something to do with Black Crystal. Unfortunately, while he is very successful in disguising himself, wasn't too successful in trying to be stealthy in said search of warehouse, and alerted someone to his presence. He was, however, successful in running away, and managed to make his way back to the previous warehouse and out into the warehouse district. Across the waters, Luinil had managed to make their way to Manchester with Eynem in tow. Eynem was suitably always distracted by something, and ended up being distracted by a whole load of crystals and gems that were mainly all glass, and he seemed to be about to point this out before Luinil, being distracting as they are a fairy, managed to distract the crowd and him and pulled Eynem away. So we are going to jump right into Sam. What are you doing?
Just as a heads up, you can call what I do threats and torture. It's all right. It's all right. Don't wait.
Threats and torture. Cool. I will definitely make a note of that.
So, I was finished interrogating him, and I saw my how do I say it nicely? My unwanted company just disappear. So I didn't see this reaction. It was just the way. So I'm like, okay, fine, perfect. I didn't. I don't have to buy him a drink now to get him to shut up. Perfect. And with a focused and, for his character, unusually stern look in his eyes, I walk straight out of the bar, and I want to walk back to the warehouse where I was supposed to be going. Yeah.
Sure, no worries. That's very straightforward. You know the routes, and so you make your way back to the warehouse district. Progenitas, what is your character at this present moment doing? They have just emerged from the secret entrance, for want of a better word, in the busy,
first warehouse where
warehouse.
I entered.
Yes.
Yeah. The other two warehouses are that I found, the one with the rotten fruit and the abandoned warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, the first thing I want to do is go back to the temple, see if they have a workshop there where I can use my tinkering tools to create some items to help me overcome this obstacle.
Sure. Easy enough. This is the Temple of Altior, so in terms of creation, that's not really their thing.
I'm just looking for a workshop. I have the tools.
Oh, okay. Well, in these guys are not going to have a workshop themselves.
Okay.
They are in this small city. They are essentially just a church providing faith to Altior, and the associated monastery with them is also very, very small in that regard. They're not a self-contained monastery, but they will outsource anything that requires working and building materials and that stuff to other businesses in the surrounding area. So, but that is easy enough to find. Yes, they have connections, so that's easy enough to find. They recommend a small. What particularly are you looking for?
Well, I want to create. I sent you the items via Discord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to make
for those people watching.
Yeah, I understand. I want to make something like a smoke bomb, a stun grenade, and maybe start working. But I don't need a workshop for the latter one, because since that's a letter, I can forge that everywhere I want. I want to make start of that, but that takes longer. So
yeah, that would be a case of that would be an enchantment, which in this place is something that the acolytes of the Archwall Church would tell you is not a possibility, not here, at least. Enchantments are something that is generally controlled very fiercely by the College of Mages, and since Archwall is simply a trading town. Sorry?
I'm wondering if it is an enchantment.
It would be, well, if you wanted to. We'll talk about that one.
It's the more difficult one. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a much more difficult one, but we'll talk about that. As to the smoke bomb and the stun grenade, You are going to need some very specific ingredients to create those. So you'd first have to find an alchemist in order to get said ingredients to create smoke, and then you would have to find a way of either making a glass sphere or something which you could then smash.
No, it's not like that.
It's not that. What do you think?
No, it's more of you're now thinking of the alchemist side of a smoke bomb. I want to make the more technical side of a smoke bomb.
Okay, so tell me what it is you want to, how you want to go about this then. What is it what materials are you searching for in order to create this smoke bomb then?
Well, something that gives off smoke, but something like plume or powder or something like that. I mean, gunpowder also gives off smoke, so to say.
Gunpowder does indeed also give off smoke. Unfortunately, gunpowder in this current location doesn't exist.
No, but just to.
I know, to give me an idea. I know. I know. It's
my ideas.
Yeah, I understand, but it's also a case of me trying to figure out a way for you to create the smoke bomb.
That fits into this world.
That fits well. One fits into this world, and also, would make sense if you want to create a smoke bomb using gunpowder or a dry chemical, a gunpowder-like substance, like a dry chemical. That is doable, but not here in Archwall and here in the Hegemony of Fall.
Okay.
Those sorts of chemicals have not made their way here. And anybody you would ask about there would look at you and go, "What the hell are you talking about?" Perhaps you want to be talking to an alchemist, and you would constantly be directed to an alchemist for that.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't get any salt pepper here.
Is salt pepper a magical ingredient?
No, it's salt.
Saltpeter,
form of salt,
is a particular type of ingredient in the form of. Let me just have a quick look at the. Saltpeter is niter or nitrate. Yeah, indeed, potassium nitrate. I'm gonna say no, simply because it's not something that they would know about.
Okay.
Basically, there are places within my world that do know about that and do have gunpowder, inverted commas, but not here, not in hegemony.
Okay. Well, there goes my plan.
Not for the moment. It's just put on hold. Like I said, if you wanted to make it could be done alchemically.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to go that way.
Yeah, you don't want to go that road. That route. That's fine. Okay, that's okay. The option for alchemical stunning and smoking is still there for you if you decided to go down that route. Is there anything you would like to do to help you overcome your problem?
I will have to think about that, so I'm going to go to my room and think about that.
Sure. We're going to go then to Luinil. Luinil, you have managed to pull Eynem away from the crowd.
Yeah.
What are you doing with this erstwhile mage?
It's an excellent one. Because we were still at the market, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll drag Eynem with me and tell him, Eynem, look. The smoke thing, you remember the smoke thing? People are seeing the smoke thing. It's really starting out. We're drawing a crowd, and we don't want to draw a crowd right now. You can't study the crowd, so.
But why? It's perfectly normal, is it not?
Yeah, in our opinion it is, but in everyone else's opinion, it's kind of not, buddy. So, yeah.
Well, that's not really something I can particularly control, especially when I get rather excited or focused on something.
Yeah, we really need to find a solution for this problem, man.
Yeah. Perhaps.
But yeah, let's just around what time is it?
It is. You got there about you got there about mid afternoon from what I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
So it would be late afternoon, early evening, because you had to go and find somewhere to stay, and then you also had to then find Eynem because he had just wandered off and disappeared into the city.
Yeah, being Eynem.
Being Eynem, yeah.
Right, but Eynem, let's just go back to the inn and let's see what we can do there.
Okay, well, lead the way. Lead the way. You seem to know what you're doing.
Oh dear.
And you guide him back to the tavern. I forget, what name did I get? What was the name of this tavern again?
We went to. No, we didn't. We went to the fancy tavern.
You went to the fancy tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what name I gave it.
Oh no, I forgot to take notes. So.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, there's my recap thing. Oh, damn it. Where are my names? There we go. Actual locations. It wasn't the trading tipple, it was something else.
No, it was something else. Yeah.
It was something else. It doesn't matter. I'll look it up later. But you lead him back to the fancy name, the
fancy tavern.
The fancy tavern, basically. Yes. The bar, the lady behind the bar, recognizes you as soon as you come in.
I tell her, well, hello, I'm back. I found my friend. We kind of lost him.
All right. Oh, this is your friend now, is it? Well, not really friend, but working colleagues. Working colleagues.
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance. Yes, acquaintance.
Let's go with
And
that.
you can see that Eynem is just looking around, wondering, and he just seems to be distracted by everything right now until he spots a particular wall hanging that seems to be made of bone. You would look at it and recognize, that's a deer. I don't know that deer, but he spots it and immediately goes over to it and starts examining it. And as he begins to start examining it, the smoke that tells you when he's focused on something starts to gently emerge from his body again.
Can I use Druidcraft to produce a small amount of wind to disperse the smoke a bit?
Could you just read the spell Druidcraft for me? Because I remember it being weirdly specific.
It's a small nature effect. Whispering to the spirits of nature, you can create a harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be. You create a harmless sensory effect such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal, or the faint odor of skunk. Or you can instantly sniff out or light a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Snuff out a candle, yeah. So it can create some
so
wind.
It can't really create wind, it just creates the effect of feeling like you're in wind. It's a sensory effect, it's not it's not actual wind, unfortunately. I remember Druidcraft being really weirdly specific in this regard.
Alright, then I'll go for the sound of a small animal. I'll go for the sound of a fox.
Okay.
So that the entire tavern will know what the fox says.
The sound of a fox starts chittering and squeaking somewhere in the tavern. It seems to be coming from all over the place. At one point it sounds like it's in the far corner, and then it's in the corner where Eynem is, and then it's behind the bar. The barmaid, the lady behind the bar, hears his sound and he starts looking around, and she starts trying to follow the sound, but it's just going all over the place.
Nice.
Where the hell is that? The hell is that sound? I can't hear it at all. The hell?
No, it seems to be moving really fast. I don't know what's up with it.
Well,
also, I wouldn't expect a fox in a town like this. Strange.
Quiet, yeah. Well, what can I do for you? She says, distracted, trying to find the fox. You can tell that you successfully distracted her from the smoke generated by Eynem.
Well, I would like to book 2 rooms if possible. One for me, one for my acquaintance.
I believe you have already done so.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. And I would like to get food. Can we get food in our rooms?
That's unusual, but I can manage that for you.
Yeah, but my acquaintance, he's a little shy. You know, he's not good with crowds. So
Trade
it stresses him out.
It was the Trade Voyage Inn.
Trade Voyage Inn, yeah.
Yes, I've just found my other place of notes, and there it is written right in the top page. Trade Voyage Inn.
In Manchester. All right.
Well, sure, I can arrange that for you. So, all right. I'll get on to that. What the hell is that fox? She comes out from behind her bar now. Is now looking underneath all the tables, etc. The bar is at this present moment and beginning to fill up with people. Eynem is there, and you can tell the smoke has gotten just that little bit more thicker as he's busy examining the different ridges and figuring and trying to think about how. Well, you hear under his breath. You hear under his breath. I wonder how that is attached. How does that actually get attached? Why is it doing that?
I grab Eynem and I'll try and drag him with me and tell him, Eynem, come on, buddy, we have to go.
Huh? Oh, right. Okay, yes. The smoke immediately evaporates, and he follows you up the stairs.
Right, I'll wait in. I'll toss him in one of the rooms, and I'll wait here. Food being delivered in a bit.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Door closes. After a few moments, there is a gentle knock on the door.
I open it up.
In front of you is a rather short gentleman. You ordered some food?
Yes, we did. For me and my friend. It should
Right,
be in
okay.
the next room.
Well, okay. Here you go. And he hands over what seems to be just a plate of steaming vegetables and steak.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I tip him a copper piece, and I also create a flower for him, a lily of the valley, and give him a silver piece and
Silver piece
the flower.
and the flower. He gladly takes the silver piece and pockets it, and then holds the flower and looks at it and says, "Well, I can't really do much with this, and the wife has already loads of flowers. Thank you, strange creature, person. What? Right, thank you.
Welcome. Sir.
Yes,
And
thank
have a
you.
fine evening.
Right, you two as well." And he heads off down the corridor. You can sort of hear him muttering, like, "What the hell do I do with a fucking flower?" Sam.
And I'll go have food with Eynem.
Sure, no worries. Sam, you have found yourself in the warehouse district.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, way back in our session 0, there was a guy carrying boxes around, and he was kind of like very afraid of me. So I'm looking for him directly to be easier to pressure him.
Okay, make me a perception check, please.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are specifically searching for him, in which case this would be investigation.
Then it's an investigation. Okay.
Right, then let's do investigation, please.
Oh no, I should have gone with perception and bad at investigation. Oh no, nope. That's a 1.
Yeah, no, you look around. Is it him? Is it him? Ah, that's it. That's him. So you spot somebody from the back, and you immediately go over to him, and you turn him around. You turn around. Hey, you! I need to. Oh no, you're not the person I'm looking for. Sorry. And then you see somebody. Oh, that's him. And you walk over to him. And says, hey, oh no, you're not the person. You spend at least an hour or two bouncing between different workers within this warehouse district, trying to find this gentleman. And after the end of 2 hours, you're like, I haven't got a bloody clue where this guy is.
Okay, just fuck it. Is there one of the crates nearby that were delivered that day?
No.
No. Is there somebody I could ask?
There are warehouse workers around.
I would go just to the guy nearest to me, tap on his shoulders, and be like,
no worries.
Tap on his shoulders. I'm like, where are the crates that we delivered today? Like, I try to give like an impression that I actually have some authority.
Sure, no worries. He looks at you with his odd expression and says, what sort of crates are you talking about?
The ones that got delivered earlier, you remember? Or are you slacking off at work?
No, I'm not slacking off work. You see that he himself is also holding a crate.
Yeah.
And just glancing down, he sees an open crate full of vegetables and fruits and flowers and all sorts of produce like that. So, well, no, I'm not slacking off at work. I'm currently working.
Very good. But there are crates that got delivered to College of Mages.
Oh right, okay. Oh, sorry. I should have expected that. Considering, go and ask. Rowan. It's jeez. He sort of shoves it onto the way. Go and ask Rowan. He's over there, and he points you down the streets to just the direction he points you seems to lead towards the dockyard itself, but he points out a particularly small building on the end there, where there seems to be a small cluster of people.
Also,
go and ask Rowan. He'll tell you a bit more.
Okay, perfect.
Right, okay. If you don't mind, I've got to go back to work.
Carry on. And
he very bewildered, poor bewildered dock worker, the warehouse worker.
Well, I I go to his house. I would like. What kind of building am I looking at? Is it like a from what's it called? Sorry. What kind of building am I looking at?
It's a very, very small, squat. It's almost like a ticket booth. It's almost like a ticket booth. A little bit larger than that. It's got that sort of half high shelf thing where somebody can easy talk to and deal with paperwork, etc. It's not very big. Essentially, you could consider this to be an administrative office for this area, and also appears to be where the workers tend to congregate when there's nothing to do or when they're looking for work.
Okay, then I will go there and do you have to enter to speak to a person, or is it like a...
No. You can see the guy there. You can see the guy who's working there immediately.
Okay.
He's busy currently chatting with one of the workers, and when you step up, he takes note. He takes note of you. Yes. Can I help you?
Are you Rowan?
I am the same. Yes.
Perfect. Where are the crates that got delivered to the College of Mages earlier today?
Oh well, I presume that they are going to be in the College of Mages warehouse.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry, but thank you. And I just turn around.
Pleasure.
I just turn around.
What the fuck was that about? I don't know.
Oh shit.
What can you tell with these tieflings? No, it's fucking really weird. And then you carry on.
I ignore their chatter.
No worries.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you head to the College of Mages warehouse.
I thought I already was the College of Mages warehouse. So
Of course.
I go to the College of Mages warehouse this time, and are there any guards or other people standing around? I mean, I am the
Nope.
guard. I know.
You are a guard. You are a mercenary guard as in this regard, but hey, lots of guards there. But here, no.
Okay.
There is nobody around.
I would just enter the door.
Door is locked.
Is it the only entry? Just make a roundabout for your warehouse. Look if there's any open window or back door.
Making your way around the warehouse. You haven't been here very long, and you haven't explored the warehouse district very often. But something that's I'll carry on with this. Something that strikes you as a little bit unusual is the fact that when you're making your way around this warehouse, there are no windows, and the only entrance is the one at the front.
Okay.
Every other warehouse has some windows or other entrances. This one, it has one.
I would just give it a strong knock, and look if anybody reacts on the other side.
After you give it a very, very solid thump.
Yeah.
And there is a... you're waiting there for a small amount of time. But it is not long before the door opens, after you hear sort of various latches being unlocked. The door opens and a figure... Once I have figure opens the door. It is also a tiefling. They are armored in this leather and metal armor. You can see the shield that they are wearing, and beside their hip is a mace. Can I help you?
I'm I'm a bit more. I'm a lot of nicer now and try to be a little bit more not as confrontational. I bowed down a little bit. I was hired as an additional guard for today, or a point of additional guard, I would rather say. And I would like to talk to be responsible for this warehouse because I may have found ties to a plot of people who want to probably steal from this warehouse.
Make me a persuasion check.
Ah. 10.
Well, you're talking to one of the people who guards this place. We don't really need another guard, but you're welcome to come inside and have a quick look around. There was a certain disturbance recently.
What kind of disturbance are we talking about?
Not known.
But it was magical or mundane?
He thinks for a moment. Not sure. But think it was mundane.
Makes it easier then. Good. I would just wait if he points me inside and
okay. He will beckon you in.
Okay, what do I see inside?
Inside, let me get my images so I know what I'm looking at as well. Where is it? Here we are. No, that's the wrong one. So, when you walk inside, immediately ahead of you just seems to be a corridor. You can see some boxes. You can see boxes. There's some boxes ahead of you. You are struck with the scent of hay, meat, decaying flesh, tanned flesh smell. It's very strange. But you also see that directly on your left is what essentially would be the guard room. There is a door just a little bit further on the right, and then a wall. A little bit further on, a little bit of a very short walk onto the left, you see an open area. In this open area is straw, and in cages you see several dogs, some bats, some birds, various small animals.
Okay. Do I have any idea what these animals are used for?
Make me a history check, or an arcana check.
A second. It's good. I'm equally bad at both of them. I try to make a history check.
Okay.
A good roll. 16.
That's very good. From your very distant past, when you were still part of the family clan, you had recalled mention that the mages in the college where you worked used certain some of these creatures, or at least the skins, or perhaps even the dried bones of some of these creatures, as what do you call them?
Magical ingredients.
Yeah, magical ingredients. Yes, they were used in the casting of certain spells. As to what, you wouldn't know, but you would know that some of these creatures would be used, if not all of them, in some form.
Okay. The dogs, are they just dogs used for this form, or are they like guard dogs?
No, these dogs that you see appear to be rather. They're not unfed, but they certainly don't look happy, and they are not guard dogs, to say it, like Rottweilers or anything else. So you would recognize them to be bloodhounds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I turn to the other tiefling. Was the delivery today all right? Did anything out of the ordinary happen? Was any of the crates damaged or lost or anything?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Where are we right now?
They're stored away.
Good. Can I have a look? Or would they overstepping my boundaries?
I don't know you. You're a tiefling, just like I am, so there's a certain little extra element of trust here, but I'm afraid I don't know you, so no.
Completely understandable. I respect that. Do you ever heard of the bar Cloak and Dagger?
Oh, that place. Yes, I've heard of it.
I don't have all the information, unfortunately, but I found some people snooping around this place, and I followed them back to that place, and when I interrogated them, they seemed that some individual that uses some sort of contracts that I unfortunately couldn't get any more information about, has an interest in today's delivery.
Interesting.
Do you ever heard about something like that from club?
Well, it'd be a bit stupid. It would be a bit stupid to rob the College of Mages warehouse. There's not a lot here, at least nothing that is of particular interest to people. But is this something that we need to be aware of? Is this do we need to get a few more guards here?
Well, let's say the person was not very competent, but after I followed him, they probably will. Another person will probably get the contract he didn't fulfill. So I'm not sure if it's very unclear, as your commotion was today, but.
Right. Could you roll me a persuasion check, please?
Yeah. Persuasion. I'm really good at that. 16.
Good roll. Huh. I'll I'll have a talk with the rest of the clan. We might get another person or two here.
Okay. Do you? I know that it's not my place to ask, but what was the delivery? Because it seemed like they were thinking that you got some amount of black crystal.
He immediately goes on edge.
Mm.
You read from your what's your passive perception?
My passive perception. Wait. Passive perception. What was it again? It's 8. It's 10 plus the.
It'll be on the main page of your character sheet.
Okay. Wait.
So if you go to the tab main,
maybe
you should see passive perf, of passive purse.
Maybe I'm just blind. I don't know where it is.
So if you have, it's beside senses. So if you find a box that says senses and then perk, you should see there. That'll be your passive perception.
Okay. 12 plus 12 apparently.
12. Okay, that's fine.
Hmm?
That's fine. You can tell he's immediately a bit more on edge. The fact that you know about black crystal, and well, at least they're mentioning that. Well, yes, that was the delivery.
Then you should look at possible leaks at your group of people, I suppose. I will try to investigate further, and if I find out more, I'll come back to you.
As we should. Right. Okay. I'll go and talk to my colleagues.
Okay. Why would we want black crystal here in Archwall? Is it?
This crystal's not staying here. This is just the temporary. This is just the first stop. It's going somewhere else after this.
Can you tell me where?
That I don't have. That information I don't have.
Who would have that information?
That would be the College of Mages themselves.
Okay.
From where you are, because you are standing basically in the entranceway to the warehouse. Glancing down, you can see just above a stack of quite large boxes, a floating red orb.
Okay.
Giving off this very gentle light.
Do I know what that is?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh God,
this is an Arcana check. Hey, I got an Arcana thing right.
Yay! I'm so bad at it. Hey, 15.
That's not bad.
That's a good throw.
That's a good roll. Yeah. This is a glancing down. You can see that it's actually the it's a teleportation orb.
Okay. What is that used for? Can I teleport a person or where?
Yes, it can. It's teleportation orb, and that is used to transfer or transport persons and items, etc., between one place and another. As to where this teleportation orb goes, not a clue.
Okay.
But this is what it would be.
Okay. Good. I ask for Tiefling again. I'm kind of new in the city. Who in here should I ask about this delivery? Who in our college, or in a local college of mages, should I ask about? Can you point me in a direction?
Well, the nearest college of mages. This is where I'm going to need to look at my map. Well, the nearest to be honest, the nearest college of mages around here is that in Farron.
Farron. I have to. Oh God, do I have your map open? No, I don't have your map open.
Farron, you know, would be one of the major cities of the hegemony of Fall, and you would know that there is a school for mages there. And that is that in terms of distance, that would be the closest and the best place to ask in terms of information in regards to this delivery.
How far would that be away? Like a day's ride or?
No, this is if traveling by foot, this would be This would be a 5
the warehouse, taking the.
or going into the warehouse and taking that. Yeah, that could also work. But in terms of if you're going by foot, this would be a 5 days journey.
Okay.
So riding obviously would make it slightly shorter.
Okay. I would just point up a teleportation up. I don't reckon this would bring me there in a second.
No. Well, it could, but unfortunately, the person that actually knows how to control that thing is not here right now.
Good. Then I have to go the old-fashioned way, unfortunately. Thank you very, very much. I see myself out. Whenever I find any information, I come to you. Also, who should I ask for my day's pay?
Well, that would be up to somebody else because you're not on our roll and you're not part of our clan. So that would be up to somebody else.
Well, I got
and
to my.
You're also not guarding this warehouse. We are.
Yes. Good. Thank you. I just take my leave before it gets too awkward.
Nice try. As you're walking out, and he closes his door. You're standing there just trying to figure out, okay, what do I do now? And then you hear just behind the door, the gentleman that you've spoken to yell out, "Rolfus, Ebros, let's go!" And the voice trails off.
Okay. I just a little bit mumble to myself loudly. I mumble to myself, not loud, but I think loudly. Okay, definitely not going to that city. Why do I want Black Crystal, and who pays so much for this information? Do I know anybody who would be interested in this information, who would give me some money for it? Or do I have to be carousing a little bit more to find out the dirty, seedy people of this town?
I'm going to need to make you roll for me because this is a definite roll, and I'm not sure which one you're going to need.
History.
Yeah, I'm thinking history because you don't have a social roll here. So yeah, history. Please.
I used intelligence as like my worst set, and I'm kind of regretting it now. 12.
Oh.
Luckily I roll good.
The best information brokers that you know of, or at least that you think you might consider information brokers, would be those of the Rising Sun Library. As to there being a Rising Sun library here, there is indeed one here. It's a very small one, but there is one here. They would be your information. If you were to consider them as information brokers, then that would be something that you would actually want to go to. As to whether or not they would provide you money, you don't know.
What are these? What is this Rising Sun library?
From your time wandering around, you would know them to be, well, you would have the general information of the public. That's basically, they're just librarians. They're librarians that have a very close association with the God of Knowledge, who I am just going to quickly look up for you so I get the right name. It would be I still don't like that name. Luciata.
Yeah.
That would be. I don't like that name, so I may have to changing that name at some point. But it would be Luciata, the God of Light. And that's it. They are known as librarians who have a very close association with that god, if not a weirdly close association.
Okay.
That's it. That's all the information that you would know about them.
Yeah, I don't think they're really my circle of people. I don't see many librarians being blackout drunk 2 a.m. under a bridge. But maybe I just keep this knowledge to me and follow it up a little bit. I forgot to ask him when they want to bring it away. Well, I would just I sigh and I would make me ready for a long night and look around where I can have a good hidden view of the warehouse and keep an eye on it.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check briefly.
Finally, a stat I'm good at.
Yay!
Yay!
Don't say that before you roll.
And this is
no!
what you want to roll.
Hey!
Hey! You should have said it. So, yeah, you look around. Oh yeah, that looks alright. And you think you are hidden.
Before I go there, I will get a helping of alcohol in the flask and maybe some bread or something to make the night more palatable.
Of course, no worries. You can mark off a couple of gold for that. It's silver. Copper. That's the word I wanted. You can mark off a couple of copper for that.
Can we go lower with copper? Come on.
It's not going to be gold. It's going to be copper. A couple of copper for that. Talking of gods, Progenitas.
Yes.
You have pondered your position in place.
Yes. I want to see if the high priest has some time to talk with me about the findings that I have about the warehouse, which I have entered, and the sewer system. If he could help me with any extra information, and I also want to see if I can try lose a crossbow from him. Just a simple light crossbow, which I should have had at the beginning, but
no worries. The crossbow is easy enough. It's easy enough to achieve. That's fine. But finding the high priest, hiding the high priest of the church here. You approach him. He is just finished the evening service.
Good.
My son, what can I do for you?
Father. Well, as requested, I've been to the College of Mages warehouse, which wasn't an easy route, but I discovered an old sewer system, I believe it was, beneath the warehouses.
They stood.
Any knowledge of that?
Place? Yes, quite. That was a very old, from what I remember, smuggler's route.
Okay.
So I didn't realize that it still existed. I thought it had been collapsed.
Well, I found it. It also was pretty dammed in, so to say. There were only 4 exits in the part
that you knew of.
That I knew of. So one in an abandoned warehouse, one with rotten fruit, the other one in the warehouse where I entered, which was pretty active, and one in the College of Mages warehouse. So you told me they received an extra large shipment of the black crystal, right?
Yes, this information was brought to us by the Rising Sun, our colleagues there.
Okay.
But
Rising Sun is the
okay, so you can make me just roll me a brief history check.
History.
Because of your background. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. You would know. You know that the Rising Sun is it is a monastery. It is a monastery dedicated to Luciata, the god of light, who is also known as the god of knowledge, and they have a tendency to guard and steward any information possible, and the monks follow one of 2 routes. One of them being guardians of knowledge and keeping knowledge safe and secure and true as well. And the other route is they are searchers of truth. They would go out into the world and they would find areas which are, or people or places where knowledge is incorrect or corrupted in some way, and as a result they tend to also fall into the route of almost spies searching out corruption.
Okay, interesting, because when I got there, from what I've seen, I haven't been able to spend a lot of time there, since I didn't want to be discovered, of course, and I didn't want to start a fight. I could have, but yeah, it's just we're just starting to find out what's happening there, so to get on their bad side right away.
You chose wise, yes.
Yeah.
You did a wise thing there, yes.
But I didn't see any of the crates. Now there was an upstairs thing, but from what I've seen of the crates was that they were pretty heavy. So to get them all upstairs would also not be ideal. Furthermore, where I entered back in the warehouse, there was a red kind of crystal emanating some magical energy. I was not readily familiar with it, but maybe, yeah, that could be a way of transporting the chests or something like that. Would you have any knowledge of that?
I would not, no. But I find it unlikely that they would transport black crystal through those means. What do you know about black crystal?
I know nothing about black crystal.
Follow me, and he leads you out of the. It's relatively quiet. I know churches, and the name now completely escapes me. Nave, sorry, that's the word I wanted. He leads you out of the relatively quiet nave of the church, which there are still people around, but he wants a bit more privacy. So he leads you out into a very small corridor and down to effectively what would be his office. So,
into the office.
Into the office. Ah, and he leading you in. It's fairly plain, but it's at least warmly. Again, words again. But it's a very warm, welcoming environment. It's plain. There's a bookshelf, there's a desk, there's a chair, but it's at least welcoming in its layout and its design and the furniture that's there. He seats you down at one of the chairs in the office. And he begins to relay to you black crystal. Black crystal is a material in my world of Malentar, which is effectively the antithesis of magic. It is sometimes known as the Spell Eater Stone.
One more?
Antithesis.
Okay. Sure. Type that to me in Discord.
Sure. I'll let you. I'll tell you how to spell that. It basically means it is the opposite.
Yeah, it's the counterbalance, so to say.
It is the counterbalance. It's the thing. It's opposite is not quite the right word, but if magic comes into contact with this wins all the time, mostly.
Yeah, it's like a black hole.
It's like a black hole, yeah, when it comes to magic. That is what black crystal is. It is also it can also be extremely dangerous. At least this is the currently held knowledge by only very, very few people. And he's also just one of those people who knows about this. It's his job to know, so hence the reason why. But it is extremely dangerous, and it is effectively the magic eater, or the spell killer, or the defense against spells. It is very rare. It is extremely expensive on the black market, extremely expensive, and is extremely dangerous to handle, particularly in great quantities.
Right. So why would I want it here?
Here is, well, this Archwall is the trade city of the hegemony of Fall, so black crystal cannot be transported in any other way except by normal means. This is the major city of hegemony, so anything like that would have to come to here first before going on to somewhere else.
So it's more like an in and out here. That's why they don't.
Correct.
Yeah. But transporting it via magical means would be impossible.
It
If
may
I
be
understand
possible.
it
It would,
correctly.
in the most easiest sense of the word, easiest sense, yes. I do not know the power of the College of Mages. Perhaps they have a way of transporting said quantities of black crystal easily, but the amount of magic and the amount of power that would generate would be, well, frankly, I don't want to think about it.
Okay, so the question that remains now is, where do they ship it off to?
That is something you would have
Basically.
to find out.
And
Presumably a college, but where? Which one?
yeah, but that's also the only way to answer the question, where do you use it for? Because since this is just a trading port,
Sorry,
they
I
probably won't know that
my apologies.
information
Me as GM, I misunderstood your question. This is me as GM. I misunderstood your question. What was your question again?
How do you mean? Sorry.
I GM
Yeah?
misunderstood your question. What was it? What was your question that you asked?
Which question are you referring to?
The first one.
Wow. Okay,
the
so
it's the my brain's just frozen.
okay, we were talking about Black Crystal.
Yeah.
What it was doing in this city.
Yeah.
This is a trading city, so it's
Yes.
an in and out.
Yes.
So I assume that it's highly unlikely that anyone here knows where they will use it for.
Oh, yes, correct. Yes, that would be correct. Yes, that's a good
It's an
assumption.
assumption. I know it's dangerous.
It's a good assumption, but yes, that would be effective.
So the question that remains here is, where do they ship it off to? To which other city or other college? In which city do they ship it off to?
Gotcha. He would not be able to give you that information.
No, he asked me to find that out.
Yeah.
I'm funneling my.
You're funneling your thoughts. Gotcha.
Well, funneling the big question he asked me in the beginning to the simple question that remains, and that's what I can find out here, and that's, where does the black crystal go? Okay. Well, that will be hard. Is there anyone within the Rising Sun Monastery, since they are on the Knowledge and Truth, that would be able to help me find that out? Or is there someone else within your network of the city that could help me find out where they transport the black crates to?
Within my network, no, I'm afraid not. However, I don't know if she is still active or if she has moved on to something else. See if you can find Georgia Sharp.
Georgia
Sharp.
Sharp,
yeah. SHARP, Sharp.
Sharp, okay. I thought you were going for the Dutch word of sheep, but...
No. Sorry, no. Oh, God.
No problem.
Damn it! I've lived here for too long.
You still mainly speak English, so...
well, there's a lot of Dutch up here, and my my audience will know from my other streams that the Dutch just comes out occasionally. So,
Georgia Sharp, where would Sharp. I be able to find her? If she's still here.
Unfortunately, I do not have that information. You would have to talk to those of the Rising Sun themselves. You can obviously find there is a library here. It is not a very big one; it's very small,
Okay.
but there is one here. You could go and talk to
Okay.
and see if
Would
they
there
would
still
know.
be someone around?
At this time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, it is a library. There is always somebody available, but as to whether or not they would.
Yeah, it would be better to go there tomorrow.
It might be, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Why would that be?
It's nighttime.
Okay. Final question. What time is it?
It is evening time. It's now
Okay.
getting on for evening time.
And how much activity will there still be in the city?
You have just arrived, so you don't know. But if you are,
I'm asking.
asking the. Okay, cool. As to activity in the city, well, being evening time, it obviously gets a little bit more active at the local taverns. But city-wise, it'll quieten down quite a lot. Trade stops once night falls.
Okay, and
except in
the
the
warehouse
taverns.
district
Will be empty.
will be empty and guarded, or
There will be occasional patrols, but it is a since it's the trade town, the warehouse district tends to be lightly guarded. Things move very, very quickly in those times.
yeah, I'm of course still agitated by the fact that I couldn't complete my entire search of the warehouse, but on the other
Yep.
hand, I also think that it's not worth going back at this point, since we have most of the information that we need, from which we can get in there, other than get some black crystal out. But yeah, seeing how you described it just now, that might not be the best idea to do. Okay, well then I'll go to my room to meditate and prepare for tomorrow to see if I can find Georgia Sharp, if she can help me with.
Sure, no worries. Evening begins to fall across the land, while a cold tiefling, or at least he would be cold if it weren't for the bottle of whiskey and bread that he had with him, keeps watch. He thinks in a very safe place, watching the College of Mages. The night wears on. I would need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, Sam.
A Constitution saving throw. Oh, nice. 22.
Very nice. You do not gain a point of exhaustion for now. But especially with a nudge 20. And you are easily able to keep your eyes open in this time. And you watch. There comes a point of time where you just sort of mind is wandered off and you're not really paying attention. When suddenly the sound of hooves start to reach your ears. You pull back. It's nighttime now, so just roll me a quick stealth check.
Stealth. No, 2 in a row.
2 in a row. Very, very nice, sir. Very, very nice.
I have my luck back. Holy shit.
You do indeed have
Yeah.
your luck back. Yeah, damn. That's good. Heading down the road from where you are. Well, not from where you are, but from just heading down the road, coming from the land side of the warehouse district. You look out because you just hear the sound of hooves, and you just have to glance out the corner from where you are. And you look down the road. You see a horse and cart slowly making their way down the road.
I just wait. I mean, I have dark vision, so I can see a fair lot of what's going on. So I just sit around and wait.
Sure, no worries. The horse and cart eventually reaches the door of the College of Mages. The figure on top is another tiefling. They are hooded and cloaked. so you can't really make out their features from the angle where you are. But they're definitely hoods and coat. However, the sweep, the way the hood sits on top of the head tells you that, oh, this guy's got horns. So they are a tiefling of sorts. There is a gentle knock on the door. The door opens. Roll me a quick perception check.
13.
From where you are, it's a bit difficult to make out the conversation. But there is a sense that you hear one side. Yes, the master requires them. No, it needs to be done now. But it was your notice. Fine, just bring the boxes. After a very small amount of time, the both doors to the entrance of the house open up, and you see the tiefling who you met earlier carrying this large box with banded iron going around it. Carries it out and puts it onto the cart, and followed closely behind with two red tieflings. Again in that sort of guard outfit, and they place both crates onto the back of the cart.
Is there any kind of like emblem, sign, or what's it called, weapon, heraldic things, anything I can identify an owner of the box or the horse carriage?
Make me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 21.
You've got fucking good eyes for this. Really good eyes. You see on just this very small carving, just on the seat. This is why you've got fucking good eyes. But just on the seat on the cart, there's a small carving, and it is a wand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a wand inside what could only be described as a clock face.
Clock face?
Clock.
Okay. Wait, give me a second. Okay. Yeah.
It's the only way that I can really describe it. It's it looks like a wand, what you can imagine to be a wand, inside a clock face.
Okay. Does the wand show any specific time of the day? Is it like 12 a.m.? Is it?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't show a specific time.
Okay.
But this clock face is a very unusual one. It's not. It's not the usual what we in IRL would look as the clock face.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems to have very small. Like one's a circle, one is a crescent, one is a half. One looks like a half moon, one looks like a sun, one looks like a planet almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically as if you imagine Saturn, that sort of shape. Just different circular shapes around the edge. The wand is pointed to what looks to be a sun within a sun.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think I pulled I back away the military grade binocular I apparently have to see this details, and
Clearly, yeah.
And I will just try to be extra stealthy until they go away and I can find out more about the symbol.
Oh, with your natural 20 or stealth check earlier, it's like, that's easy enough. Absolutely, no, easy enough.
What would Sam do?
What would Sam do?
What would Sam do? It's the question. Nah, he would wait. He is stupid, but not that stupid.
You wait for a little while. Once the box is loaded, there's a very brief conversation. I'm glad to get that thing out of here. Oh, good luck. Yeah, you too. What you can only describe to be as tiefling mounts up, turns the cart around, and begins making their way towards the landward side of Archwall.
Okay. As soon as they are out of sight and I feel safe, I would go out and I would go to a place where I can rest in warmth. Yes.
Easy enough. Since you have spent a few months here, you've managed to at least you have a small abode where you have made your own for a small time, and there, crash out, warm up a bit, and.
Would I go to sleep? Do I know where the what were they called again? The library of the Rising Sun.
The Rising Sun.
Yeah, where they are situated in the city.
Yeah, easy enough. They are situated very close to the market district.
Okay. Good.
The market district is a very small place, but they are located nearby.
So I know that the longer I wait, the earlier my information will go out of date and will lose value to me, and monetary value as well. But I also want to go to sleep. No, okay. I think I'm on this high now of finding out and finding the sigil. I will go to the library and look if somebody is around who can help me.
Okay. First, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah. Okay.
The DC has now risen.
Yeah, I believe so.
And your natural trait.
It's a 16.
You're still okay. But you're still okay.
Very nice.
You are not exhausted yet. You make your way to the Rising Sun Library. It is a very, very small affair. The building itself is not particularly fancy in any way. It seems to be fairly nondescript. However, there is a very, very small door which has a sun symbol at the top of it. Knocking on the door, it's there. There's no light anywhere in this place. It's completely pitch black. But knocking on the door, wait for a bit. Nobody comes to the door.
I knock again.
Be there in a minute. Eventually, the door, a small light appears underneath the door. A door opens, and an elderly-looking figure holding a candle looks out at you. Yes, what can I do for you?
I'm so sorry to disturb your rest, but I require some information of high importance, and it's very critical that I get it as soon as possible. Can you help me with some, I bet for you, very easy research?
Why could it not be done in the morning?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to discuss the facts, but I just want to know which college of mage or which mage would be affiliated with a symbol with a wand in a clock face with runes out of it. The wand is pointing at a sun inside a sun. Does it look like that? You probably just know it up your head.
This is the... No, I don't. This is a small library here. Yes, it's the Rising Sun Library, but this one's a small one. No, we don't have that sort of information here.
Do we have any books or anything I could maybe have that information that I can just waltz through while you sleep?
Come back tomorrow.
Okay. Sorry if I've disturbed you. If I've been having disturbed you. Sleep well. And I immediately look around if there's another entry.
Okay, well, I presume you wait just a little bit to let the door close, etc. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Walking around, there are indeed other entrances here. There is a very small one at the back, which you can only presume would be for those taking deliveries, etc.
I would try to open the door silently if it even opens.
It is locked.
Well, I would try my best to pick it. Do I have something?
Do you have thieves' tools?
I'm looking right now if I have those. I think I have them because I'm a rogue, but I'm not sure.
If you have them, they'll be in your inventory. Or if they're not in your inventory, then it'll be. I don't think you do actually.
It's kind of weird because don't you get one when you start as a rogue? I thought so. Or when you
You
start
were
as
a criminal. You started as a criminal.
Yes.
No.
Maybe.
No, as a criminal, you do not have thieves' tools. You do have a crowbar, though.
I do have a crowbar.
That works.
How
It does work.
Can you break open a door with a crowbar? Not really.
Roll me. Well,
it depends on the strength of the door.
Depends on the strength of the door. So yeah, I would have to have a strength roll from you, with your including your proficiency, because it's a crowbar and you're used to using it. So you could do that, and then I would have to have a stealth roll from you.
Before I do that, I will just look if the front door is unlocked. If he left the front door unlocked or anything.
No, he locked it.
Okay. Which door looks less sturdy, the front door or back door?
Roll me an investigation check here.
Okay.
This is not what I had planned in my head. What I had
Same.
planned for today's session, but there we go.
10.
Looking at the front door, this one looks pretty sturdy. Looking at the back door, this one looks pretty sturdy too.
Okay. I'll take a second to think about my plan, which is too long for me actually. But I think a second, and I think this is not worth it. I have done a few tours. I need to get few tours ASAP tomorrow. I go to bed now.
Okay, so you head off home and head to bed. Oh my lord. Okay. So yeah, enough head to bed. Luinil, is there anything in particular that you would like to have happen this evening?
I mostly tried to wanna try and not have Eynem attract the whole town, and classic pitchfork, tar, feathers.
That's pretty easy. Eynem would engage you in conversation and then would be plying you with all sorts of questions. One of which is, do your wings come off?
They do not, sir.
Can they be pulled off? Can you reattach them?
They are non-reattachable.
Can we try?
No.
Oh, okay.
Strong no.
Big nope. Big
Yeah.
strong nope. Sure, no worries. It's very very easy. He engages you in conversation, and he just like, there does come a point where it's almost like 2 a.m. in the morning, where it's kind of like, Eynem, shut up, I need to go to sleep. And you do eventually end up going to sleep and having a relative night's rest. However, when you eventually manage to get some sleep, your dreams are filled. They were filled. Brain, catch up. You found yourself within a brightly lit wooded grove, surrounded by trees, and it was a very friendly grove. But as you watch, the grove begins to get dark and darker and darker. And eventually there's this pall of black smoke and fog that fills the area. And then there's this sound, there's this voice that comes out. Is what you begin to hear. And you watch as the trees that were once healthy and green begin to wither and turn and become this almost rotted claw-like appendages.
Okay. I would like to see if I can learn anything about what's causing this.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Well, that's decent. 14.
This is a dream, and you find yourself lucid dreaming. You find yourself in control of what's going on. So looking around, you begin to investigate the trees, and they see as you walk towards one, it seems to reach out towards you and seems to want to grab you. But you're a nimble creature, and so you manage to move around. And it's very easy to see what effectively is causing this withering almost, and there is emerging from that black pool of smoke and fog and cloud that is above you, coming down and touching the earth, is this shard.
Would it happen to be a black shard?
It is indeed a black shard, yes. As you watch this black shard, as you watch this, you see it land. Out of the trees comes another figure. They are a dog-like, wolf-like creature. You can't make out any features, and they proceed across to this shard and pick it up. Once they pick it up and have it in their hands, they seem to then wither and fade, and this shard is then now floating in the air above you. It's not above you, in front of you.
Would I know what the black shard is? Or have I heard anything about it?
You can make me a history check.
You're making me roll all the things I'm terrible at.
You're asking me the questions.
13.
No. This was a high DC. No, you would not know.
Well, I'll try and grab the shard.
You reach for the shard, and as you reach for the shard, there is this. A voice comes to you. It is not like the same voice that you heard previously. This one is warm, this one is welcoming, and makes you think of woodland, makes you think of trees, makes you think of flowers and fields and baby sheep and things like that. No, my child. This is not something you should possess.
It's so tempting, no.
That sort of... Somehow Ed makes it sound creepy. Thanks, Lydia. Jeez. Thank you.
Lydia's right, though.
Yeah, shut up. I'm trying. Give me some help here. Give me some help. I'm trying. Anyways, no, my child. This is not something that you need. This is not something you possess. Should possess. It is tempting, I understand, yes. But... I'm desperately trying to ignore chat right now. But this is something of a far greater creature which we defeated long ago.
Thing of the creature we defeated long ago. Interesting. Okay, I will listen to the voice and not pick up the shard, even though it's still really tempting.
The shard eventually begins to break up and dissipate into the air, into the surrounding around you, and the vision that you're having begins to lighten. The trees begin to turn back into their healthy brown and green selves, and the dark pall of clouds that was what this meant, a bit of being extremely oppressive to you, begins to fade and clear. The form of the trees is still that broken, clawed, full with arms outstretched in that horrendous form, but they are no longer that black bark. They are brown, healthy looking bark, but there's still that hideous form that they held.
Okay. Could I do a medicine check to see if I can understand what's wrong with it?
What would you be using the medicine check for? Because medicine is much more to do with healing and wounds and things like that.
Well,
what is it you are trying to do? What is it you want to do with this
I want to
check?
understand. I want to confirm that the black shard is the cause of the corruption.
Okay.
The root of the sickness.
All right, I'll give you that. You can roll me the medicine check for that.
See, I'm not good just at shit talking on Safari. I'm also good at shit talking on my druid.
Oh, you're good at shit talking with the DM, so and making good cases. So
just in general, good at shit talking.
But you gave me a compelling argument for me to roll for me to allow this, so I'll allow it. And with that roll, it is a good assumption that this shard was the root of this sickness. However, it does also appear that this shard.
Not it.
I nearly thought it was you, Jeff. I nearly thought it was you. Thank you, Lydia, for the bits. Thank you very much for the sound alert and the bits. But yes, the you're pretty confident that the shard was the root of the sickness, but has subsequently been removed in some way. As to how it's been removed, you don't know.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't think I can do much
with that
more here. So
the vision begins to fade, and the dream begins to fade, and you are back to your. You are back to your normal dreaming state. The sun begins to rise, and you are awake with this strange feeling of something has been cured, but you're not sure by whom and if it really has been cured.
Okay. Oh, that's good at least. And then I'll wake up my acquaintance Eynem, see if I can prevent him from turning into a volcano and have some breakfast.
Head across to Eynem's door and knock on it. It is a little bit before the door opens, and well, I'm not going to say he's bleary-eyed. He's not going to be that kind of person. The door opens, and Eynem is there, fully clothed, hair perfect, everything perfect. Oh, is it morning? No, it's morning, right? Yes, it's morning. Yes.
Yes, you're right, buddy. So let's go grab some breakfast and then we'll set off on our adventure again.
Right. Okay. Yes. That's a good idea. Yes. My master did tell me I need to eat. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
eat
it's
food.
usually
Yes,
a good idea. Yeah.
Let's do that then. Okay. Right. And you lead him down. You lead him down to the tavern, almost in a sort of come here. They give me your hand, walk with me. Almost.
Follow the bird.
Follow the birds. Away. You have a decent meal. The landlady is there. She looks a little bit worse away, having gotten up very early. But the landlady's there. Do you have a good sleep there, love?
Yeah, we slept fine. Yeah. Did you ever manage to find that fox that was prowling around here?
No, I didn't. It was rather strange. He kept going for a little while, and then he just seemed to disappear.
Oh, weird.
I told my husband about it, but even he couldn't see anything. It's strange, very odd. Eynem's looking at you and says, Fox. I said, what? Fox? What? What? Was there a fox
Don't
here?
worry about it. Don't worry about it, friend.
Oh, okay. Right, okay.
But well, I would like
Kyrus
to
and
have breakfast for the two of us. And
you've already got it. You've already got it. This is just simply the landlady engaging you in conversation.
Oh, well, strange. Yeah, I wouldn't know what happened. I mean, I didn't hear it upstairs, so.
Aye, well that's good. Bloody thing, strange. I have to do a bit of renovation, I think. Strange.
Most likely, yeah.
Aye, well, I have other customers to attend to, so I wish you a pleasant stay. Will you be staying on a little longer?
No, we'll be leaving today. We'll be leaving the town, so we have to continue on to shit. I forgot. We were going to Manchester. I don't know. Dutchester.
Well, you haven't told me where you're going, so I'm just going with what you're telling me here.
Shit. Where did we came from?
Well, the forest. You came from the forest, so.
Yeah, from another plane. Okay, yeah. You
came from another place, but Eynem would tell you that he's on the way to Archwall.
Oh yeah, he was on the way to Archwall. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to. And Catchester had the ferry, right? Or Manchester?
Both places. Both places do.
Oh well, we'll continue to Catchester then.
Well, I presumed you were already in Catchester.
Oh, okay. We'll try and find the ferry then.
No worries. All right. Well, I wish you a pleasant. The ferry lady with us. I wish you a pleasant onward journey, and thank you very much for the flower yesterday. That was lovely.
You're welcome.
Just wish most men would do the same thing. She says. And then heads
if she walks away and she's distracted a bit from with other customers, I would like to cast Druidcraft again and now make the sound of frogs in random place. And I blame this on Sandpit because he told me to not stop with it.
You make the sounds of frogs appear. There you say. It begins to start echoing around the bar, and the landlady starts looking at her. The hell? First foxes, now frogs. Oh, jeez. No, I'm not making any more frog sounds. And you carry on for the rest. You carry on out. The ferry is very close by. It's pretty much Catchester is it's a fortified sea town, fortified in the sense that it basically guards one of the entrances to this channel that divides the entire island upon which Archwall is based from the hegemony or the rest of the hegemony of Fall. And the ferry is just there. It's easy to find. The pair of you make a very, very strange couple, shall I say, as you walk through the town. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Because I know Lydia. I know Lydia will jump on it if I say it.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
The pair of you find yourselves at the ferry ports. One of the small sloops that is designed to carry passengers backwards and forwards is there tied up, and the captain is there, doing the hawker's call of ferry ready to go.
Yeah, I'll well, no, I want to say I would have raised my arm, but yeah, no one will see that, so pointless. But I would like to
Raise your arm?
Call out and tell him that do you still have room for 1.5 and a raven?
The ferryman is looking at you with this slightly gormless, open-mouthed expression as you say this.
Okay, we don't take up a lot of room, so that helps.
Right. Sorry. What the hell are you?
I'm a raven. This is my handler. No, it's a bad joke.
I'm a
fairy.
He looks even more confused.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fairy, and yeah, I'm seeking passage, and because we want to go to Archwall.
Right. Okay. Well, normally it's two silver for a person, but we'll call it 1 silver for you, so it'll be 3 silver for the 2 of you, if you don't mind. Eynem says, "Oh, okay, here," and just hands over 4 silver. So your trip is now being paid for.
Okay, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'll board the ferry.
No worries. Let me just quickly adjust that. That'll be 8 silver pieces. You board the ferry. Make yourself a home. Anywhere you go, people are looking at you. Particularly if you decide to, for want of a better word, mount your raven.
Nah, I'll just do the regular. I'll fly myself.
You'll fly yourself. Okay, but
yeah.
Either way, you make you are attracting attention all over the place.
Yeah, that's okay.
Eynem begins to wander around, and unfortunately, he's also attracting attention because while he is distracted by the ship, he is distracted by the water, he's distracted by everything, and you can tell that he's suddenly now interested in, how does this thing work? I have never seen this before. What does this do? And the smoke begins to appear from his person again.
Oh shit! I have to. I will try and distract everyone by opening up my star map.
Okay.
And see if I can distract people through going through. Is there a limit on how often I can change constellation? Sorry, I have to look this up.
Yeah, no worries. What is it you are doing? Yeah.
If there is a limit to how often I can change the constellations for my star map.
Star map, here we go.
Doesn't look like it.
You create a star chart while holding this map.
Oh, it's a bonus. Yeah, it's a bonus action. Starry form. Oh, but no, starry form is limited to my wild shapes, I think. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's you can expend the use of your wild shape feats to take on the starry form.
Yeah.
rather than just referring it to a beast. So yeah, that's linked to wild shape.
So I'll use one form of wild shape to open up my star map, and while we're sailing, I will switch through the forms and try and distract the attention from Eynem. So you get the form of an archer, you get the form of a chalice, the form of a dragon, and just
I got
switch
you.
back
Okay.
and forth between the three.
Oh, okay, now I understand. So yeah, you wouldn't really be using your star map for this. Star map is something else that is to do with your magic spells. So this would be your starry form. But either way, that's fine.
Yeah, I meant starry form. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I got it.
No worries.
I mixed it up.
Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. You change into your starry form. You enact your starry form, and suddenly, yeah, this luminescent being appears in the middle of the ship, and is taking on these 3 different forms. And oh yeah, you are now the form, the center of attention. You are even distracting the sailors and the captain from doing their job. Yes. And before you know it, there is a crowd now gathered on the wharf where the ship is tied. And ahead of you, another ferry is coming in, and this yelling is starting to occur.
Something terrible is gonna happen, and I want to see how bad it is.
You can roll a perception check if you want to find out what's going on. Otherwise, you're just gonna let this happen.
I will.
You'll roll perception. Okay, roll perception then, please.
18.
While you're distracting, you glance out over the water and you can see the ferry ahead. The ferry ahead is coming towards the wharf, and the yelling is of irate sailors at the bow of the boat, yelling across to this ship, saying, "Get out of the fucking way, we need to dock, and you're preventing us."
I'm trying to think how Luna would react to this, because she doesn't really have any... She's never seen the sea, really, and she's never had a lot of human interaction, only basic stuff, so with other druids, so... I don't even think she would really realize what the danger was.
Right. And
Luna will continue doing what she's doing, trying to get the distraction of Eynem. Yeah,
no worries. She is very much distracting. However, there is a certain point where the ferry has come close enough for the sailors to yell across and start getting things moving. Eventually, the ferry starts to pull away from the wharf, and you make your way across to the other side while still being distracting.
Thank God.
In Archwall, Progenitas, it is a new day.
Nice. I of course rose nice and early for the morning prayers. Of course. And straight after the early prayers, I take my breakfast to go, and go towards the library.
Sure, no worries. Sam, have you also risen early?
I think I should roll for that.
It's up. If you want to roll for it, go for it.
I want to roll for it.
All right. Then I think you would need to roll a constitution check.
Okay.
You can decide the DC to this.
Because, well, he wants to rise early. I would give it a 10. Just 50-50 chance.
Just a 50-50 chance, right then.
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Nope, you are sleeping in. That was a long night last night, and you might have finished off the rest of the flask last night as well. So yeah, you're going to be sleeping in. Cool.
You probably had.
It was a big flask. Come on.
Yeah, well, you're a big dude, so you got to finish it off. Yeah, cool. All right. Progenitas, yes, you make your way to the Rising Sun Library. It is not a particularly it's not a particularly large library. It doesn't look particularly fancy in any way, but there is a small door above it with a sunburst icon above it. The door is open, and it's simply there, and the sort of warm, it's not really warm, but the welcoming interior beckons you in.
I'm going in.
Walking in, you are hit with the smell of paper, old books, that really sort of musty smell. It's a dry interior, thankfully, considering where you are. It's a dry interior, but that smell of books just hits your nose there. Directly to the right of you as you enter, you see a wizened old man sitting behind a desk reading a book.
Okay. Well, good morning, dear sir.
Good morning. Right, good morning. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here, coming from the Temple of Althul.
Oh,
A
fellow brother.
A fellow brother, yes, indeed. I'm also a monk, so that helps.
That helps.
Yeah.
He recognizes the monk garb.
And we are looking into some stuff, and according to the high priest, this was something I should discuss with Georgia Sharp. Is she around? Or do you know where I can find her?
Georgia Sharp. Oh, that's a name I've not heard in a very, very long time.
He already told me that it has been some time indeed, yes.
Yeah. One of the foremost... Let me just have a quick look on my article here so I get the right name. Go. One of our foremost Veritans in the entire order. Oh, she really did know her stuff. Yes. I haven't seen her in a very long time. I wonder what she's doing now. Yes. You know that she once took single-handedly the entire clan of the entire clan of Dingmar.
Single-handedly?
Yes, it was really
No.
quite something. No, she quite sorry. Yes, there are lots of stories. She even managed to find proof of corruption for the king of Nossix. Against the king of Nossix. Oh, yeah,
Was she the one that found the... Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, she was... Yes, she was...
Then I read a lot
Right.
about her.
Oh,
Sadly,
really?
I've
Have
never
you?
met her yet. Yes, of course. Yes, I read all the books in the library in the House of the
Oh.
Undying. So...
Oh, that's very You have books of ours there? Oh,
Yes.
right,
yes.
yes.
Not as much as you have, of course, but
No,
also have books in... Yeah, since our companionship, compatriotship, we
Yes, well,
do lend some books every now and then, of course.
Yes, of course, yes, of course we did that. Yes, that's quite right. Yes, well, yes, quite a woman. Anyway, well, no, unfortunately, no. She is not here. She is a Veritan. So, the Veritans of our order are they are a different species.
Yes, I can understand. Well, maybe since you look so wise and well learned as well, you might be able to help me with my quest. I'm looking for information about shipments, especially where specific items are shipped from this city.
Oh, well, I can give you a very general overview. They go to and from all places. Is there anything specific you are looking for?
Well, the black crates
black crates?
Containing some crystals.
Well, but black crates containing crystals? Not really sure what you are referring to there.
Okay, for the mages, I believe it was.
Are you perhaps referring to what do they call that stuff? Black crystal. Are you referring perhaps to that?
Yes, that's what I heard. Yes.
Oh, right. They say it's very, very rare for them to come through our fine town, but whenever they do, they usually, they will go to one of the major colleges within the Hegemonic Fall. The nearest one is in Farron, but it can also be Fall, can also be Nossix, it can also be the Port on Luster.
Do you have such a recent overview of where they ship most of it?
I do not. Let's just give me a moment. I just need to go and call my seeker in training. And he calls out, Grace, Grace, where are you, Grace? What? Where is that girl? You can roll a perception check for me.
A perception check. Where is my perception? Over here. Well, okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you are. Just glance around as he starts to call out for this Grace, and
Don't stay
you happen
in it,
to.
Sam.
You happen to look around, and you just glance. Just behind this gentleman's head, there is a very young, very lithe-looking elf who has just made an appearance and appears to be sneaking up on him.
Okay.
You just gonna let it happen? Of course. Where is that girl? Where is this? Whack! Oh, got ya!
I think she found you.
Oh, Grace, I've told you about that before. It's your job to find corruption, not hit me. It's my fun. I like it. But anyway, what? Well, but you were out last night, weren't you? Maybe. Well, what did you find last night? I don't know. Oh, Grace. My apologies, brother. Grace is rather new to the role of Seeker. Give me a moment. Grace, I've told you about this before. You need to tell me everything you know. Tell this gentleman. He needs to know something. What is it you need to know?
I relay the information again.
Sure, no worries. Grace takes it in. She is... it appears that she is still learning the role, because while you relay this information, there's this sort of bored look that she starts to look a bit bored, and then she starts to look interested, and then she starts to look bored again, and then there's this sort of like, oh, hang on a minute, and then you can read all sorts of emotions on her face.
The radars are clicking.
Oh yeah.
On what specific points of the story did she brighten up?
She looked bored when you started talking about Black Crystal being delivered.
Mm-hmm.
She looked interested. Oh, shit, my brain's just gone frozen again. Damn it, brain! Why'd you do this? She looked interested when you mentioned it having to be moved. And then she looked bored again about. And then she looked bored again about the point when you relayed the idea about the smuggler's routes.
Okay. So do you know anything about where it is shipped to from here?
I might. Yeah, I might. What are you going to give me? Grace. No, it's information. He wants information, you've got to pay for it. Grace, that's not our order. Fine. Indeed, it wasn't going to Farron. I think it was going to Fall. Couldn't hear the conversation too well.
Anything that stood out from that conversation that you heard?
Well, it seemed to be that this was not a regular thing.
No, me and the High Priest were coming to the same conclusions, indeed.
Yeah, it seemed to be this is a bit more unusual in that regard. And they seem to be wanting to keep it on the down low. If you're looking for it, then it's probably on. It's about half a day's travel away from here now, I'm afraid.
Yeah. And it's going to fall. As far as you know. Yeah. Okay, do you know if there's any more of that black crystal in the warehouse?
Nah.
Can I make an insight check on her?
You can inside check. She's not exactly telling the truth, but she's also not exactly lying. Although she is new to the job, so her obfuscation is not very good. Okay. She is telling the truth into regards to the whole into regards to the whole not being any more crystal.
Okay. So what aren't you telling me?
Oh, lots of stuff, really.
About the black crystal, to be more specific.
Oh.
Tell me everything you know.
Do I have to? Yes, you do. Fine. Well, about a black crystal is not much I know, really, to be honest. It's not much I know about a crystal. Only that it's been taken. Although when I was there, I did happen to spot this idiot tiefling. Don't really know what the hell he was doing. I spotted him earlier. He fucked off some other time, but I spotted him earlier. He fucked off some other time anyway. But yeah, anyway, while I was there, I managed to spot on the cart. There was this symbol, not a symbol that I've seen before, but it was a symbol of a clock face thing, or a circle anyway, with lots of little other symbols in the middle of it, or around the side, and the wand. One seemed to be pointed to one of these symbols, and this symbol was a sun within a sun, I think it was. You have to be specific. Yeah, no, it was. It was a sun within a sun.
So the wand was pointing to the sun within a sun.
Yeah. Don't really know much about it.
Okay. Turning my attention to the older gentleman again. Would you know anything about such a symbol, or would you have any information about those in books you have around here?
This symbol. Give me a moment. And he gets unsteadily up from behind his desk and wanders off into the library.
Okay.
I
hand the little girl a silver piece to thank her for her trouble.
Thanks very much.
Don't say anything to our brother. Good stuff. Is there anything else you know? I'm staying at Althir, the Temple of Althir. So.
Anything else I know? What are you looking for in particular?
Well, it came to our attention that the black crystal shipments increased suddenly. But that it was basically an in and out shipment. So it got delivered and the next day it was gone.
That's the unusual bit.
Yeah, not via the usual routes either.
Well, no, it can't be shipped by the usual route for for the mages thing, namely because of the nature of black crystal. But that was the unusual bit, is that stuff like that usually comes in and just sits in the warehouse until it's actually needed, and then it gets taken.
Yeah.
But this got taken pretty quick. It didn't stick around. That was the unusual bit. That a rush shipment. Like it was a rush shipment or something. Weird.
Yeah.
It is possibly about this time that, Sam, you have managed to rouse yourself, fed and watered yourself. I'll let you decide how you decide to water yourself. And have...
Very barely and quickly.
Well, when I say... Okay. Watered is in terms of fluids.
Yeah.
Not showered, I mean...
Yeah, I just like... Honestly, I think I just fill up my flask again with the whiskey inside and just drink the water whiskey mixture and...
Yep, there you go. Hair of the dog. Hair of the dog, here it is.
But I should have just wake up earlier.
No worries. And it's possibly around about this time where you have finally managed to get yourself to the library, to the Rising Sun Library here in Fall. The door is open, and not just inside, but certainly inside a little ways, you see the form of Progenitas, busy in conversation with a small, lithe-looking elf.
I would try to listen in. Did I catch anything of what they talked about before?
You can roll me a. Yeah, this would be perception. I keep asking to roll perception checks, but unfortunately, yeah, this is what you would need to require.
Yeah, it's all right. I asked for it. Yeah, 18.
Very nice. Yeah, you catch just the tail end of that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
it be a rush shipment.
It seems to be a rush shipment, but you catch the tail end of the fact that it was unusual for this shipment of for a shipment of black crystal to come in and then go immediately during the night.
Would I or the girl notice him?
What's your passive perception?
15.
Yes, you would.
Okay, so I look around, see the tiefling. Look at the girl. Isn't that by any chance the tiefling you were talking about?
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Hello. I talked yesterday the night with one of the persons working here. Are you guys working here by any chance? Sorry to interrupt, but I didn't want to interrupt while you were talking.
You were listening in, you mean?
No, never. I would never do something like that.
Can I insight check him?
Roll insight, roll deception.
Not that high, so.
Oh. I would never do something like that.
I saw it fall off at 20.
It got tipped. I liked it.
He tried.
So, yeah, of course. Just as you weren't at the trade or at the warehouse district last time.
Well, if we talk like that, I actually think you and I have the same interests, or same target, or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I don't care. I want information about a sign I saw yesterday.
You might not know, but you do care.
And I look up and down at him, dressed, but don't care. Do you guys work here? Can you help me with some research? I'm unfortunately too dumb to I'm not as gifted as you mentally, so I need some help probably.
Well, you could just ask your mages to help you. That's where you're from, right?
Yeah, sure.
Roll deception.
Shit.
Is my insight check still working here, or?
Let's see what his deception is for this.
19.
If you want to insight this, you can, but your current insight check would not cover this.
This won't either. I believe he's with the mages. Okay.
All right. Let's see if hers does as well. Nope, she believes you're with the mages as well.
Let's just say the College of Mages is not a monolith, so I cannot just go around and ask everybody. So, I'm I am looking for any college of mages, a group of mages, or a mage in particular, which would use a sign of a wand inside a clock face. The clock face has a lot of symbols around, and the wand is pointing at something that looks like a star or a sun inside a sun. Does it ring a bell? Or do we have any documents you could look into for me or give me? At the very least.
Well, ain't that convenient?
Is it?
Give me a mo. James! Jamie! Oi, Jamie! The gentleman who you are currently chatting, who had disappeared off Progenitas does return, and he with this admonishing look on his face. You need to call me Guardian. You should not use my first name like that. Yeah, but you call me by my first name. I am your superior here. You are in training. I am older here. You need to call me Guardian. Okay. Oh well. Oh hello.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, morning.
Morning. I'm sorry. Again, I hope you slept well after I interrupted your sleep.
Well, after I got back to sleep, yes, I did. Thank you for interrupting my perfectly good sleep last night. Please don't do that again.
Like that. I won't promise that.
What do you want?
Same thing I asked yesterday. I need some information about who would be affiliated with the sign I saw. About that is for an official business.
He is with the mages and he doesn't know with whom they do business.
You could say it like that. But that would make me sound incompetent, and I don't like that.
Fine, I'll tell the both of you. And he brings across this thick tome, this thick leather-bound tome, dust all over it. He thumps it down on the deck with this meaty, weighty thump. Pulls open the book, and that sort of creak as it happens. This vellum sort of falls out. Yes, wonderful smell. This
Delicious.
And he starts pouring over. He says, "Oh yes, well, the clock face. That symbol. What symbol was it that you were looking for particularly?"
A clock face with a wand inside, and instead of numbers, a clock face has a lot of signs like moon, stars, whatever, and the wand is pointing at a sun inside another sun.
Oh well, that's the. Oh yes, I thought as much. That symbol in particular is old elf symbol to indicate the time of the blue sun. It's a very, very old symbol, very ancient symbol. Yes.
The time of the blue sun, you said?
Yes, the blue sun. Either of you can make me a history check to learn what that is.
I make one, but I probably don't know. 12.
Let me see if I can do better. Yes.
No, really good.
It's not a natural 20, but it's still pretty good. Sam, blue sun, some event.
Don't care.
Progenitas.
Yes. You can also type it via Discord if you don't want the rest to know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know certain information. The rest I will type. The blue sun is a very rare event where the sun literally turns blue, and it occurs once every once every 10 to 15 years, and it is unusual in that regard that it is 10 to 15 and it can fall anywhere within that time span.
Okay. Interesting.
Excuse me, I am just typing something to you in Discord.
Yeah, I figured.
Don't mind.
That's why I didn't ask any other questions.
Yeah, I'm also waiting. Take your time.
There you go. The older gentleman continues. What else was there in that symbol? It was a clock face, right?
Clock face with a wand pointing at the star inside the star.
Well, this unusual. That combination of symbols doesn't exist. It's very strange. Well, can presume the wand symbol. It's a sign of magic. It's an old symbol, that one. It's a very old symbol. It's a sign of magic from the time of the when the College of Mages and the Union of Altior. Go away, bot. Sorry. Fucking bots. The time the Mages and the Union was joined. It's a very, very ancient time. It's forgotten history, really. And the clock face it's a passage of time, usually. Don't really know what why the wand in particular is pointed to the blue sun symbol, but I suppose passage of time. Magical time for.
Do you have any idea about the symbol? And if you don't have any idea, where can you find information? Do you know that?
Information about this symbol in particular?
Or about the people who use it?
I presume you would have to ask those of your mage colleagues. There is indeed that slight pause as he says colleagues.
You mean I pointed my horns?
Oh yeah.
These kind of colleagues. Interesting.
Yes.
Maybe.
I look at Progenitas and the half elf. Was it half elf?
Elf, but small, short elf.
Small elf. So you all know already nearly everything about me. I don't know anything about you. Do you have any idea where this specific shipment of black special stones could end up?
Black special stones.
You know what I mean. And
then tell me what you mean.
Black crystal, come on. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. We need to be a little bit more discreet.
Roll me a perception check, all both of you, please.
Sure.
Oh no. I got a 1.
Progenitas, you look around, you're alone. Sam, there are people all over this library. There's people everywhere in this library.
I hear voices in my head and I can't bring them to stop.
But, sorry, I forgot your question. So many people around.
Where could that shipment I observed yesterday head to?
The warehouse?
Yeah. Do I remember him? Because I saw him in session 1. Do I remember that he also sneaked around?
No, actually, I don't think you did see Progenitas.
You didn't see me.
No,
Kyrus,
you saw Kyrus.
No. I saw Progenitas, but didn't Kyrus. Kyrus was too good on the top of the house, right? Or well.
No.
Oh yes, no.
Yes,
No. You did see Progenitas. Yes, no, that's right, because Progenitas was chatting with the dog with the workers. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you did see him then. Yeah.
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 Okay, good. So I remember that he was there as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no. Well, you remember that. Yeah. Carry on.
At this point, Sam, for me, you are a mage.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen you yet. And you presented yourself as a mage.
Yeah.
So,
Or at least associated with the College of Mages, yes.
Okay. I try to explain.
yes.
How do I make it? Listen. The College of Mages is not it's not a monolith. There are groups in there working against each other. And I need more information on this particular group that tries to get their hands on black crystal. I tell you, the people I'm working with, they have ways of showing their gratitude. This is a complete lie, by the way. No, never.
Roll deception check.
I roll a deception check. Natural 20. 25.
You can roll insight if you like Progenitas, but you're going to have to roll pretty fucking good.
Joy!
Yep, nope.
Oh, it was pretty
I
good.
did roll pretty good.
You did roll pretty good, but not this wood.
Mm.
So I believe that he is... I more strongly even now believe that he is with the College of Mages, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I think you can tell me more about this crystal than I can tell you. I just found out that you are the ones handling in this kind of subjects.
I'm not a specialist on arcana. I'm a specialist on information and covered missions.
Uh-huh.
And me snooping around and asking about these people with the College of Mages would get to their ears. So, unfortunately, I am unable to get any information through official channels.
And so far you don't seem able to get it through unofficial channels.
Yeah, I had better days, I'll be honest with you. Right now it's not looking good for me, but I hope we can change this together. Maybe. Do you want to help me with getting more information through unofficial channels? You seem to have some bit of experience doing that.
Well, to be fair, I just arrived in this city yesterday, so I won't be of much help for you. I got some information. I got the same information as you got from the symbol. Apparently, we both saw the same symbol, and I'm going to discuss this further with my associates.
And who may that be? Who may be your associates?
Well, as you can see, I'm a monk, so the church.
Which one? There are a few gods. I worship a few one myself.
Altium.
Altia, okay. Altia. I don't think... Is the church interested in black crystal just running around on the streets? Being sold everywhere in the wrong hands?
I think you're
over-exaggerating. I'm offering you... I'm not over-exaggerating, it's just you only saw part of what's happening. I'm offering you a partnership, if you say so. If you want to say something like that. I want to pool my knowledge and resources with your knowledge and resources, and maybe we come out all with more knowledge and more resources after that.
Yeah,
I'll let you ponder that while we turn to another partnership ish. currently having just landed in the city of Porchester, with the distraction of a certain fairy that has made herself into a starry form, and has definitely attracted a lot of attention. As you begin to alight onto into the wharf of Porchester, I believe. I think that was the name I gave that city. I came up with way too many Chesters in that area.
Dutchester or Penchester is near Archwall, and if we leave from Catchester, it would be Dutchester, whatever.
Dutchester.
Okay. Also fine.
Yeah, okay, then it would be.
It's all the same in the end. All the Chesters.
That channel is called the Chester Channel. Just hence the reason, hence the names. So, but you find yourself alighting from the ferry at Dutchester. As you're about to get off, the captain stops you. Well, thank you for providing the entertainment.
Welcome.
Would you be up for sticking around? Could earn a bit of coin.
No, sorry. I have to travel to Archwall. There's some priority behind my journey, so.
You can do. You notice Eynem has just alighted and is just wandering off into the city.
I mean, as you can see, I can't leave him alone.
Oh.
And I sent Corby out to stop Eynem.
The Corby immediately flutters in front of Eynem. Eynem is immediately distracted and now looking at the bird. While you're like, "How are you distracting me?" And he's now getting. Again, the smoke is beginning to billow again. Well, if your chaperoning business is finished, you'll be very welcome on the ship. You earn yourself a bit of coin.
I most certainly will remember this.
Well,
while I leave, I also make him a flower and give him the flower.
What flower do you give him?
What should I go for? I'll go exotic. Bird of paradise flower.
Okay. Right. You produce this. Also, I forget the name. I forget the name of this flower, but it looks like a bird, effectively, with this beautiful orange, almost beak-like petal. And out of that petal comes these two beautiful blue strand fronds. It's a gorgeous looking flower. I forget the name of it, but you produce this flower and hand it over to him. He's like, he takes it. He takes it and says, like, oh, I've not seen this one before. Thank you very much. That'll go nicely. Thank you.
Welcome.
And he proceeds.
And I flutter off to the idiot.
You flutter off after the idiot. Eynem is again just staring at this raven that is in front of him, moving up and down.
Okay, move up to him and I tell him, "Oh, Eynem, let's go. We have to get to Archwall. Remember?"
Archwall. Oh yes, Archwall. Oh yes, Archwall. Yes, I remember. Yes. Okay. How? Do we need horses? We need horses. Yes, we need horses. Okay, that's fine. Let's go and get horses.
We can find horses.
Let's go and get horses. That's fine. Let's go and get horses. So, and he begins to make his way out to the effectively the stables that are on the outside. When you arrive there, the stable master is looking at this odd pair of this odd pair of you two, and as you begin to talk about you borrowing horses to go to Archwall, he looks at the pair of you and says, "Well, Archwall's not exactly that far away. It's about half a day's travel by foot. I mean, you could get yourself there quicker with a horse, but about half a day to 3/4 of a day travel."
Well, in that case, I'll look at Eynem also while I'm saying this. I mean, we could also just walk. It's not that far.
Walk? Why would you walk? It's a horse.
Because it's not far. It's really close by. No, it's right over there. You can see it if you look in the distance.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. We'll walk. We'll walk. That's fine. Hey, I need to ask you about something as well. And he just starts spewing questions at you, and the stable master is sort of looking between the two of you, and he gets the feeling that he's seen some oddballs, and this is just another one of those oddball people.
No surprise there, to be honest. Well, I thank the stable master and for his time, and I move off with Eynem, while in the meantime trying to answer some of Eynem's questions.
He starts asking you about the motor aspect of your wings and flight, and he starts asking you about the various different forms of flight that you can do, and also asking you about how on earth are you able to control the raven as well, because the raven seems to obey you perfectly fine. He distracted me very well. How do you control him? What do you do? Is there some sort of mind link? Is it and questions like that?
I don't control him. He's a friend.
But he's an animal.
That animals can be friends. Animals are friends.
Animals are used in spells, and how
Can be.
how are we friends? This is unusual. How do you make friends with an animal?
Well, we traveled through. Oh God, I forgot the revised name.
The
Outer
unexplored lands.
Unexplored. Yeah, I traveled through the unexplored lands, and that's where I met Corby, and he just stuck around with me.
The unexplored lands. What is the unexplored lands?
Well, it's an unknown area. No one's really been there.
By the way, Jeff, if you had wanted to spout any old bullshit about what's in the unexplored lands, this is your moment just to go this and this now exists if you wanted to.
Let's go.
It's entirely up to you. There's already a couple of things in there, but it's entirely up to you, mate.
So, Eynem, thanks to traveling in the unexplored lands, to also answer your question of how I can fly with these wings, it works through the Zeroth law of thermodynamics. And I totally have not been searching for thermodynamics since you asked me how that works.
And he starts
testing your knowledge here, Ed.
You're testing my knowledge here. Yeah, he starts asking you about how you said thermal dynamics, right?
The Zeroth law of thermodynamics. If two systems reach in thermal equilibrium with a third, they are also in thermal equilibrium with each other.
I'm not gonna even, to be honest. But you start spewing all this information, and Eynem, he is very, very intrigued by all this conversation, and the that sort of black wispy smoke that sort of tends to sort of emerge from his form gets thicker and thicker and thicker until he's basically almost just black smoke. You're talking to black smoke with a face almost. It's you've gauged his interest and his focus completely now. It's almost like you're flying in front of it. It gets to a point where you are talking to him, you're flying backwards, and he's just walking forwards. As you do that, I'd like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Perception. There. Shit.
You
Can I
walk
give
into
myself a reroll?
No.
Aw.
I know what you want to do, but no, you can't use your own channel points while during the game. Yeah, you are talking to him, and he's so engrossed, and you're just sort of like getting distracted by the fact he looks like a ball of smoke right now. Is you fly straight into a tree.
Damn it! Eynem, can you warn me next time I'm close to a tree?
What? Oh, yes. Sorry. What? Where are we? And you look around, and you find yourself that you have walked off the path, and have now you're not half a day's walk away, but you've just extended your journey time by about a quarter of a day. So you would be getting to Archwall around about nighttime now.
Oh, fine. Right. Oh, and then I'll just keep moving, and I'll ask Eynem. So is that all you need to know about thermodynamica, or?
that's very, very, very interesting. He's making lots of notes, and he's making lots of notes into his books then. And then he starts asking about, you about the unexplored lands and what sort of creatures there are there. And if you name a creature that he's never heard of, he'll start asking you about what does that creature do, how does it work, how does it function. You are overwhelmed in questions to the point that there comes a point where even you, one who is a very inquisitive being, I'm going to say, gets tired of the questions.
Okay, interesting.
He's a talker. But you do find yourselves eventually at nightfall reaching Archwall. Rolling back time just a very small amount to a sunny afternoon in a library, where Sam has just proposed to Progenitas the idea of forming a partnership.
Yes. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't. At this point, I can't go into another partnership as well without consulting my high priest first.
It's lovely. I wanted to ask him as well. I wanted to consult him as well. After I found out that your church is interested in the magic. So we can go together. Perfect.
Yeah, no.
But it's alright.
I'm sure you can find me later today, or
I will make
something,
some.
But
Okay.
It's just that working with a mage yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we stand on that part. So
Okay.
I have to.
Okay. I would like to think about everything I know about the Church of Altior and why he would be so iffy about working together with a mage, and how I could spun that into a advantage for me, essentially.
Roll me a history check.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is you've just asked history here now, mate.
Yeah, I know, but nah, 8.
There's some enmity between the College of Mages and the Uni of Altior. That's it. That's all you know.
Okay.
That is common knowledge.
That is common knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I find it weird that a mage asks me all these kind of questions whilst he should be knowing this?
It's logical. I'm going to let you decide that, Progenitas. I'm not going to make that decision for you.
Okay. I think it's weird, but seeing the rolls I made is, yeah, I believe him. So.
You believe his deception.
Yeah.
You believe his deception, but I mean, what's your intelligence like?
My intelligence. Oh wow. Well, it's
always
not even
intelligence,
that bad.
all wisdom in this regard. Actually, I think this would be more wisdom than intelligence.
12. And wisdom is 17. So.
I think to be honest, this is more wisdom than it is intelligence, because intelligence is knowledge. Wisdom is gut feeling, and you're one of those people who is able to go, well, hang on a minute, this is odd. This is weird. This doesn't feel right. And so yeah, I'm going to say that you would definitely be feeling like, if he's from the mage, why the fuck is he asking all these weird questions? Yeah. Your gut is telling you that there's something not right here.
Yeah.
So, but just for my interest, because I have to talk with my with the high priest in later today. What department are you in?
I cannot disclose that. I would like to discuss that with your high priest as well.
Ah, do you work for a boss?
For who? Sorry?
For a boss.
We tieflings work for a clan.
So you're hired by the mages?
I don't know actually. What is the lore point on that, GM?
No, lore point on that is tieflings are not hired; they are indentured servitude.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the best way to describe it. It's not they're not indentured in the way as they're having to pay something off, but they are essentially the tiefling race is a slave race to the College of Mages. Essentially.
I'll try to phrase it a little bit nicer than that, but I say I would expect you to know that, but
would I?
I think so. It's kind of common
I
knowledge.
asked the GM, would I know that?
That the tieflings are a slave race?
To the College of Mages.
No.
Okay.
No, it is common knowledge that tieflings serve mages. That is very true. The fact that they are effectively a slave race to the college, that is
So,
information that only those who are
how
more
would you
knowledgeable
answer
would.
my question, Sam? Because I don't know all of this, so...
I would answer your question with, we don't get to choose our masters.
Oh, so you're owned.
We don't get to choose our masters. But I'm still a free spirit, if that is your question.
Yeah. Can I insight check him again? On
Okay.
this?
Sure. Should I roll anything?
No.
Okay. Ooh.
He is correct in saying that he is a free spirit.
Okay.
He is also correct in saying, what did you say again, Sam?
That we cannot choose our masters.
He is somewhat correct in that he can't choose they can't choose their masters. But he is also correct in saying that he is a free spirit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Grace, you know where to find me if you have anything else you want to share with
I got
me.
you.
Guardian, I hope to see you. I hope to see you again. I'm off strolling around the market. So I stroll to the market and try to stealth away in the audience.
Yeah. Okay. I will not follow him physically, but I follow him with my eyes and. Okay. Yeah, no, I won't.
I don't do that
follow
very
him.
well.
I won't follow him.
You would be able to.
You would be able to very easily follow Progenitas
Yeah.
with that roll. You would very easily follow.
But you
Progenitas.
won't. So okay.
Instead, I would also say my goodbyes to the librarians and keep it short. And I would go to the market and look around where I could possibly buy thieves' tools or any kind of lockpicking, the lockpicks.
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Or an investigation check. It's your choice.
Definitely perception.
Okay.
Oh no, it's a 4.
Yeah, this is a good market. It's a good market. It's got everything here, except that one thing that you really need.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah. Sorry. No, go on, Progenitas.
Whilst I'm on the market, I want to find some iron scraps and things that I can use to further my tinkering career.
Easy. Very, very easy. Iron tends to be much more focused into the smithy, but that's fine. You can easily find a smithy and ask, hey, you got any spare iron that I can have? Yeah, that's fine. How much are you looking to buy?
Just a few pounds.
That'll cost you a couple of coppers.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else in particular that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm still looking for saltpeter and sugar and all those kind of things to make.
Sugar is easy to come by.
Yeah, a bit of those kind of things, salt and all those kind
Sure.
of things.
Well, send me a list of the things that you want to acquire, and I'll let you know if it's there or not.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Will be for the next session.
Yeah, it'll be for next session. But send me a list, and I'll let you know if you're successful in some of those things or not.
And when I'm done with shopping, I take the long route to the temple, whilst making sure I'm not being followed.
I would also look around the market again, and I would look for a holy sign or symbol of Altira. So like it's something like a chain, a necklace, a symbol, a ring, or anything that could.
Yeah, easy. This is a trading town. So cheap trinkets such as that are very easy to come by. and you do indeed find what is regarded as one of the holy symbols of Altior, and that is a very small triangle with a bar that goes down the middle of it.
Okay. I would think I would buy something like you would put on a necklace, small thing.
Oh, he has one to buy exactly like that.
Oh, perfect. I would buy one of those necklaces.
Yeah, that's 2 silver pieces. That is
2 silver pieces.
Yeah, it's good craftsmanship. That is. Yeah, it's silver. It's pure silver. That is.
2 silver pieces. I would give you 1 silver piece and 5 copper.
You can insight this guy.
I will insight him.
If you want to.
I want to, and I rolled a 12.
Yeah, it's. He's not being particularly good about this symbol. No, this is not made out of silver. It looks silver just because it's been polished a lot. It's probably worth about 2 silver pieces.
Okay, well. So yeah, my offer stands 1 silver piece and 5 copper. Does this tickle his fancy?
All right, yeah, that's fine, perfect.
I'll take it, and I give him my gold, and I would and I just would wrap it around my flask, basically. So it's wrapped around, and the sign's on top, and when I drink from my flask, you would see instantly the sign. And I would just finish off and look for the Church of Altior.
Sure, no worries. Progenitas, you please just roll me a perception check. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Okay, sure. You look around, and it's not difficult. She's not being particularly subtle about this time. She knows you, and you know her. So you happen to glance around, and there's Grace, just gradually following you from the side. Do you get
Grace?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
She darts off.
What's up?
It is probably about this time when all of you when Progenitas, when you reach the Church of Altior, it's probably about evening time. And Sam, you also begin your journey there. It's probably about evening time. Yes, it's about evening time when the 3 of you find yourselves at your respective places, and I think that is where we are going to end the session for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I had lots of fun here. Lots of shenanigans going on. I'm not very curious to see the different routes that are now beginning to start to form here. We've got 5 minutes, so we're going to do a very quick once round. Jeff, what was your memorable moment for tonight's stream?
It's definitely besides Luinil nearly causing the ferries to crash, it's definitely nice to see that pretty soon, at least for my feeling, pretty soon we'll finally assemble the team all together.
Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, it's taken a little while. That has.
Yeah.
It's taken a little while, but stuff happens.
We've gone off the path, literally.
Literally, yeah.
We're a team, all right.
I'm just going to say, Sam, what was your memorable moment? Marius, that's your name. Sam, what was
Marius,
your?
It's all right. You can call
What was
me
your
whatever.
memorable moment?
The thing is, I really love playing Sam, because I usually play like planning characters that are somewhat like capable and smart, and I just like that he's incompetent but a good enough talker to not have anything of it falling on his feet, so I'm be able to run around thinking about opening doors with a crowbar in the middle of the night if I don't get my way. It's really fun.
I'm loving that. I really do like that, to be honest. And the amount he's able to bullshit is incredible. It's wonderful.
It really is. So yeah, I really like I also like when you let me play that. But if I ever overstep my bounds and maybe break through your plans, just hit me a quick Discord note.
Mate, I love it.
Perfect.
I absolutely love it. I just that's what I'm really enjoying about this game, about the game in general. It's just that I'm gonna try this. Okay then, let's see what happens. The other thing I love about the game in general is you guys doing something and seeing and thinking about how the world reacts to that, if it reacts at all. Because some things you'll do something and they just won't react because there is nothing to react to. So that's something I really enjoy about it. And I kind of wanted you to go for the crowbar. I really wanted you to go for the crowbar. But, hey, what the hell. Eric, what was your memorable moment for tonight?
Oof.
If you have one.
There were so many. I really liked your play with the old man. I really did.
Thank you.
It was really good, yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. And I also liked how Sam introduced himself as a mage.
What?
Whilst because he thought, well, I can easily go with this plan and just roll myself into this, whilst not seeing that would backfire so quickly.
Oh yeah, I've already made notes about that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today, and yeah, I have actually made a note of that. The fact that you have lent into the whole, yeah, I'm part of the College of Mages thing. Yeah, sure, I am. So I have made a note of that. So I'm very curious to see how far that is going to go, and I'm very curious to see what Progenitas will do with that. It's gonna be fun.
Next week we'll have animals that start with the G.
Yay!
For Druidcraft.
You can make it good.
Are you really going to be doing that?
Yes.
Oh no, damn it! Oh, actually, there is also one thing I do want to say. I do really love what you are doing with Luinil, Jeff. Like, just every time they meet somebody new, they produce a flower and hand it over. That's a really lovely quirk that she has. It's
I really want to play Luinil very different from Teferi. So I mean, Teferi
she
is the cocky, pretentious asshole. Luinil is more the caring, friendly druid who just has a little thing with annoying people with animal sounds.
It's quite something. Anyways, we are going to raid somebody here. I see Malakissa is online, so we're going to go and pester her. So please do send some love her some my brain stopped working. Please do send some love her direction. Just give her a hi, give her a follow, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, do have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, and wherever in the world. I will be streaming again next week. Please do have a look at my Discord in order to see the schedule for that. And if you just popped in just to say hi, then thank you all for popping in. And yeah, I hope you had some entertainment today. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.